My name is Kearney Bobbinger. We're off Orange Grove Road in Gulfport, Mississippi.
And tell me, what has been your experience after Hurricane Katrina with FEMA housing?
A lot of sickness, family and pets. We had 2 dogs that went into convulsions, thought they were going to die, and had to bring them to the vet. It cost us $1,500 to have them saved. And my son and I both suffer greatly from boils and such that we can't seem to get rid of, and I've had 2 heart attacks since we've been in the FEMA trailers.
Were you sick before you went into the FEMA trailers?
No, ma'am. Never was. I have 4 stents in my heart now. I know that I owe at least $51,000 in medical bills that I know of due to this.
Well, I'm interested in your pets. Can you tell me what happened? You were in a small travel trailer, and the pets, did you notice them starting to get lethargic? When did you realize that something was wrong with the pets?
Actually, on both of them, we just walked in the door, had been out, and they were just laying listless like they were dead. And we picked them up, and they were just hanging, drooling from the mouth, tongue out, no response of any kind, other than their eyes were open. And just laid out.
And you told me you're a single dad?
Yes, ma'am.
Single dad raising kid. Did you find it easy to pay the vet bills? Did you?
No, ma'am. I had to use part of my son's tuition and a little money we had saved from my mother's death to pay the vet bills. One of them was over $1,200 and the other one was over $300. And
did the vet tell you what he thought had killed what was wrong with the pets? Did he have any idea?
No, he thought it was something they had eaten or breathed or been exposed to, but we feed our pets once a day, nothing's on the floor, so it had to be some kind of exposure over time. And I actually had the same thing happen to me 3 times where I passed out one convulsions, and just thank God my son was there, and I came out of about 15 minutes. And then that was the first step, and then the 4th time was a heart attack, and the 5th time was a heart attack.
And you're still living in a FEMA trailer?
Yes, ma'am. Have to. Have nowhere else to go. We don't seem to qualify for any kind of government programs or funds to get into a cottage or some kind of funding. You know, because of the medical issues, I've lost my credit. And the last thing we went to was a fund that they just put out called Home Builders, I believe, Homeline, where they'll give you $50,000 for a deposit if you have good credit, which I don't due to my medical bills. So, as a result of FEMA and the hurricane.
So, looking back on it now, you said you were grateful when you got the housing because it was the only thing you had to live in, but what about the long-term health impacts to you? Was it worth it? Would you do it again?
Not unless I absolutely had to, because I still don't know the long-term health impacts, other than my doctor told me most people after they have a heart attack have 10 years at the most, which I'll die at 60, which hopefully my mother lived to be 84.
So you're only 50?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's kind of young for a thin, athletic person to have a heart attack.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And this was preceded by you basically passing out. The fumes were so bad that you passed out in your
3
trailer.
times and went into convulsions, and like I say, my puppies did the same thing. So.
You think FEMA treats people and pets right?
Not in these trailers, no. I think if they did, we'd be in something else, you know, because these seem to be death traps, you know, slow death traps.
Except for your dogs that killed them pretty fast.
Yes, ma'am.
What were the names of your dogs?
Bay and Bam Bam.
And were they purebreds?
Purebred Pekingese.
Pekingese. So these were not little pound puppies or anything. No. Did you ever connect your pets' health problems with your health problems?
I did, because they were basically the same thing, except I was more incapacitated than they were. You know, they seemed to be, although they couldn't move, they couldn't do anything. Their eyes were open. My eyes weren't even open. You know, but it was the same kind of attacks. You know, but you know, the only thing I can say for FEMA is, because of the rental situation and everything else, I wouldn't have a place to go. But like you said, in the long term, is it going to be worth it? I doubt it.